Let's play a little word association game today, shall we? What do you think of? What's the first thing that comes to mind when I say discount? Maybe you'll say, just get the deal done. Maybe you'll say, comes with the territory. Maybe you'll say, cost of doing business. First thing that comes to mind, no kidding, first thing that comes to mind when someone says discount, I think failure. Whoa! Now, I've talked about this, and I've talked about it a lot, actually, and I've posted this in a couple places, and I get very emotional responses on both sides of that coin, which tells me that I've touched on something that's worth talking about. So that's why I'm going to go a little deeper here. I want to make you think a little bit here. Now, first of all, I want to eliminate those of you who are like, oh, well, our list prices are inflated on purpose because we want to provide value by giving them, our customers, the impression that we're giving them a great deal, and that's part of our strategy. Okay, forget list price. Maybe list price doesn't even apply. Fine. There is always a target price you have in mind. So when I think of discount, when I'm talking about discount here, I'm thinking the difference between the price you ask for and the price you ultimately have to give someone in order to get that deal done, okay? Let me reframe the conversation. That's still even a little bit easier. I'm going a little bit easier on you in that regard than I originally did when I made these statements. But that's where we're at. The difference between where you have to go and where you initially asked for. That's what I'm talking about there. I'm moving my hands around. That's what I'm talking about there in terms of discount, the delta there between those two numbers. If you've got to give a discount in order to get the deal done, you have failed. And this is why. You did not provide enough value. You did not convey enough value in what you could provide in order to get that price. That's your failure as a salesperson. Look, there's still quick wins. I'm not saying it's a complete and abject failure. I'm not saying it's a dumpster fire of a failure. I'm telling you that if you did not get the price that you set out to get, it is because you failed to convey enough value in your offering to get it. That is a mindset failure. That is a skill set failure. The mindset failure is because you will resort to a discount. You will keep that in your back pocket as a means of getting the deal done so you don't have to work hard enough to convey that value up front. The skill set failure comes into play when you don't do enough during discovery to really highlight how you can help your prospect, how you can get them to a better state. Some people call those pain points. Some people call that the gap. There are a lot of people who call it a lot of different things. Whatever you call it, the reason you're having these discussions with your prospect is because they are in a place right now and you believe that you can help them get to a better place. The value that comes along with getting them from where they are now to where they want to be is what you're trying to accomplish, and that has a price to it. If you can't accomplish that price, then you haven't shown enough value. Now, if you would think about a discount as a failure, you would work harder and employ a better skill set in order to command that price. But it all falls apart when you don't believe that your product is worth what you're asking for it. And when you give yourself the cushion of saying, well, I mean, if I cut 25% off of it, this deal will get done. So let me just do more deals at 25% off than actually work hard and convey the value that I know I should be able to convey. That's why it's a failure. Stop it. Be better. You can. It's really simple, and there's more ways to get over discounting than even what I've mentioned here. But those are the two things. And if you fix those two things, you will be astronomically more successful. And you also won't run the risks of all those things that happen and come along with discounts. Like all of a sudden a reputation for a discount. Like all of a sudden an erosion of the perceived value of what you're offering. Like all of a sudden this cancer that seeps into organizations about not having to work a little harder, not having to provide more value with a premium product or even an average product, and that cachet that comes along with carrying yourself in a way that you know that it is not your job to discount to the level of their expectations, but your job to over-deliver on a premium price. I'm only scratching the surface here. There's a lot more to dig into. You can have these discussions with your teammates. You can have these discussions with your managers. These are the kinds of discussions that make sales teams better when they have them. When you start thinking of discounting as a failure, you and your team will get better. Now, in a lot of ways, I've failed. Not with discounting in this kind of instance. I mean, I've got the history, like you do, of learning these lessons, and I'm taking the steps to eliminate those failures going forward. But I've demonstrated some failure a couple times on this channel in these videos by not telling you, the watcher, loyal watchers, thank you very much, that this channel is worthwhile and you can probably share it with some people who could benefit from it too. So do me a favor, please. Tell a friend. Even if they don't subscribe, send this video to someone who you know could be better if they only change their mindset. And if they change their mindset, their skill set would get a little bit better too. They could avoid failure the way you have in the past, but I know you won't in the future. Go get them. Make something happen. Have fun. And I'll see you soon.